fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the San Diego expectations this season, and why not? They're the defending World Series champs. Singy, it's become so hard in today's game to go back-to-back as champions. Why do you think that is?
Boog, I think it's because of the competition level and the parity that we're seeing in baseball. But yeah, you're right. It is very rare. The Yankees won 3 years in a row from 1998 to 2000. But over the next 20 seasons, nobody else was able to repeat. I think there's less of an imbalance at the top, and teams can compete.
So almost ready to get underway and getting to start. Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
This season, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Foul ball there. Kicks and deals. Rips one to right, and that's a fair ball. And that rolls into the corner. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Man at second. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. Near the fence. Outman balls it in, and there's one away. Manny Machado up to the plate. Fouled off. He was late.
Boog, I don't think anyone was shocked when Yamamoto signed with Los Angeles. He joins a long list of pitchers who signed with the Dodgers out of Japan, following in the footsteps of Hideo Nomo, Hiroki Kuroda, and Kenta Maeda. He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
On the ground to third. Muncy sends it to first. And that is that. One left for San Diego. And now the Dodgers get a crack at it. No score. You're dialed into the back here in L.A. And our starting pitcher here today, Dylan Cease. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, this guy's coming off a season where he fell short of 200 strikeouts, which is kind of the ultimate for pitchers to get to that level. And it just tells you how nasty his stuff is, but it also leaves a little bit on the table for him to come out this season and make sure that he gets over that number so that he can go into the offseason feeling like I'm in a pretty special group.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone. Outside low. And that is ball one. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Over to first. And two quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Wouldn't chase that time. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Left-hand batter waits. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Salas down to first with it. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. Scoreless after one. second inning set to go. Stepping in for San Diego, Jake Bauers. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
I'm so glad Yamamoto made the move to Major League Baseball. He's one of the most decorated pitchers to come out of Japan and finished his Nippon professional baseball career in style.
Big swing and a miss.
Facing elimination and pitching in Game 6 of the Japan series, Yamamoto pitched a complete game with 14 strikeouts and broke the series strikeout record held by Yu Darvish. What a way to go out.
Well, that's the effect of the splitter that you're looking for on the mound. Really nice pitch right there and had him out in front over the top. I'm sure the batter was thinking he was getting something else, perhaps a fastball a little more straight and velo to it.
And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's back there. And that one is gone. A soaring shot to center. His first homer of the year. It's 1-0.
Wasn't fooled on the first pitch at all. He squared it up right away. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Ha-Sung Kim in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike. And a pitch. Base knock center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So digging in now for San Diego, Tyrone Taylor. That one out to right. Jones settles under it and makes the catch. 2 down.
Batting up, the catcher, Ethan Salas.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Ethan Salas. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Swings through that.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Foul ball still 0-2. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a
throw in, holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
The second baseman.
So the batting order turns over. Xander Bogaerts, the next up for the Padres. And the righty deals. Swing and a foul over the screen and back out of play. 2 on, 2 outs. Gets a piece and it stays 0-2. Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they leave 2. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Padres 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Here's Shohei Ohtani. Cease back to work. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Swing and a miss. Carl Dixon doing the umpiring behind the plate.
And boom, I'm not sure if it's because he sort of sets up higher than most, but one thing to be aware of with Dixon is the high strike. Not usually a big deal because most players are swinging at pitches up there, but we may see some surprise looks from hitters from time to time because that's just so unusual.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Gets him to chase after that one. 0-1. Is even. Home team down a run here on opening day. The pitch. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Righty to the plate. And a foul ball. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Salas down to first. He's in there. So he's able to reach first base despite the strikeout, and that extends the inning. Kind of a tough turn of events for the defense there.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of a morale killer. For a second, you think you're about to go hit, but really quickly you have to refocus and be ready for the next play. We'll see if they can work around it.
James Outman stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1-1.
Tying run is at first as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Here's a 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So the Dodgers leave one, still behind by a count of 1-0. New inning getting started. Here's Garrett Hampson. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. Got it. And there's one down.
Oh, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base pass. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders, have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
One down, base is empty. Bounce to third. Muncy. The throw to first. And a couple of quick outs.
The batter, the right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. That one the other way. That's a fair ball down the right field line. Around first, heading for 2. Around second now, going for 3.
He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Now here's Jake Bauers. Just missed. 2 outs and a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Sliced hard but foul. 1-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. Good eye right there.
It's a good take.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Padres leave one, but they hold a 1-0 lead. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Will Smith. The wind of the pitch. Fought off foul. And the pitch. Hit hard on the ground is short. And they get the out on Smith.
Batting ninth, the second baseman.
And up next for Los Angeles, Miguel Vargas. Right side. Bogarts handles the chance. And a couple of quick outs. Back to the top of the lineup. Now here's Nolan Jones. His first at bat, half of the third. Swings through that one for strike two.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
And down on strikes. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Josh Bell at the plate now. The pitch. Oh, one up, one down. Ha-Sung Kim, the next up for the Padres. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. One out, base is empty. That one blasted deep to right. Jones ranging back. Leaping, and it's gone. It just got out of here. His first homer of the year, and they add to their lead. It's 2-0.
Well, he almost was just out of his reach.
So one out, nobody on. And now, Tyrone Taylor. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Jones sizes this one up, hauls it in for the out.
Now batting. Catcher.
Here's the catcher to hit, Ethan Salas. That's in there. Strike one. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground to third. Zips it to first. And that will end the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Mookie Betts now made his debut with the Red Sox in 2014 and actually hit a home run against the Dodgers in 2016.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Mookie is fantastic for baseball. A great player, big personality. He's played for some of the most popular teams in the league. You know, these Dodgers, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. I'm specifically talking about the first pitch. These guys are swinging more than 80% of the time, which is fine if you're scoring runs, but that hasn't been the case today.
Rip towards third. Machado throws to first in time. And Betts is set down. Here's some real power at the plate. Allen Big Daddy. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. First pitch just misses. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Swing and a miss.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. And it's fouled away. 0-1 down. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. And it is gone. He'll touch them all. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
So 2 down. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. There's a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The wind and the pitch. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And here is Xander Bogaerts.
The second baseman, Xander
Bogaerts, who wears that number 2 on his back for his idol, Derek Jeter. And a foul ball. 0-1 now. And that one wrapped foul.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
And here it comes. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. The pitch.
At the ball.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The wind of the pitch. Caught and missed. Struck him out. And 1 out now.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his own right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Hampson, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And that one is lifted in the air. Outman under it. And there's 2 away.
The third baseman, number 13. Manny
2 outs, base is empty.
Machado.
Manny Machado, the next up for the Padres. Up the middle, bats up with it, whips it to first, and that is that. Padres go down quietly, but they still lead it 2-1. Here's Pete Alonso. He's 0 for 1.
The first baseman.
Cease back to work. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
That was a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Got him swinging.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
1 down, base is empty. Inside, almost got him. That missed by a lot. Yeah, that's ball 2. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. Home team down a run. Last half of inning number 5. Can't connect on the curveball. Struck him out.
I mean, there aren't many curveballs in the sport today that break like that thing does. Huge movement. It's so difficult to get on the same plane and even think about squaring it up, let alone get a piece and hope he throws something else to keep the at-bat alive.
Smith at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
He's in a great spot right here. Ahead in the count 0-2. All 4 pitches in play right here, partner.
Pitch misses. Now 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Well, 1-run game. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses, got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. Tosses to first, and that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Jake Bauers, the next up for the Padres. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues. Them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
Lifted in the air, out to left. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double. Here's Josh Bell. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
On the ground, Vargas throws to first in time. Ha-Sung Kim, the next up for the Padres. Fouled off left side. The 0-1. That's hard hit on the line. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. No runs, 1 hit. So digging in, Miguel Vargas.
The second baseman.
The right-hander back to work. And that one fouled off.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day. It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Settles under it. Makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Nolan Jones steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one catches the zone, and it's 0-1. There's a strike at the knees.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
1 ball.
Not even close there. Ball 1.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Liner snagged at first.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Here's Mookie to hit. And a swing and a miss.
0-1's the
2
count.
down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Late on that fastball.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
On the ground to the left. Machado throws to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Dodgers. Well, 1-run game. Stepping in for San Diego, Tyrone Taylor. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And there's 1 down.
Now back, catcher,
Next, it's the catcher for the Padres, Ethan Salas. That one's in there. That's strike one. Base is empty, one away here in the top half of inning number 7. That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Ripped to third and caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
So the San Diego batting order turns over. Now here's Xander Bogaerts now. There's a swing and a miss.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
2 outs, base is empty. Picks up strikeout number 7. Nothing doing there for the Friars as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Alan Big Daddy. He's a guy who does it all. And the right-hander back to work. And that one fouled off.
Hitting is all about anticipation, and right now this lineup is struggling with it. Their swings are mistimed, and it's produced a few ugly cuts here and there.
Hard on the ground to first. Takes it himself. And one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Shohei Ohtani now at the plate. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
He's got one already tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pops another one here.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. And people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Max Muncy at the dish. And that one a little below the knees. 1-0. And a swing and a miss. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Late on that fastball.
Well, I'm impressed with that challenge pitch right there. Even with this slim lead, this guy's not afraid to go right after these hitters.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Got it by him for the K. Nothing doing for the Dodgers. Now the DH for the Padres, Garrett Hampson. Yamamoto back to work. And he drops it down the third baseline. And he picks it up in foul territory. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. And the 0-2. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Betts whips it to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air. Maybe drive it into the gap.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He's got it. 2 down. Jake Bauers, the next up for the Padres. Just missed.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses.
He's there to make the catch at third, and the inning is over. One left for San Diego. They lead it 2-1. Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Angel De Los Santos.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Alonso in the box now, takes strike one.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Matt Brash, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat. So up next, James Outman, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Well, a come and get me fastball right there. He didn't look ready for the velocity. I think it'd be a mistake to throw him anything off speed right here.
That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, tough night at the dish, punching out for the third time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now, not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. We'll have some adjustments to make.
Holding on to a one-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Got the bat going too soon at strike two.
Very solid inning on the mound so far here in the 8th. Holding on to this narrow lead. This is exactly what they were looking for.
Lifted in the air now the left side. Bowers makes the grab. And that is the third out. Well, one-run game. And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. That one ripped. Reaching for it. Makes the catch. Ha-Sung Kim, the next up for the Padres. Fastball for a strike.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
The 0-2. Fights it off. You'll see another. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank. Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And he makes the catch. And that's the third out. No run. So the Padres with a new arm in the mound. Matt Brash. A chance at his first save of the year. Miguel Vargas digs in now. And he deals. Swings through that one.
0-1's the count.
One-run game, bottom 9. Got him! 1 out.
No chance of even fouling it off.
And that's downstairs and outside.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Swings and misses, struck him out. Now only 1 out remaining. Now it's Mookie Betts. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. And a pitch. They're down to their final strike.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now
got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, his first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job of him coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
The final line score for